everyone. We're here today at WordCamp and with Miriam, who is an active WordPress community member from Israel and also the CEO and founder of Strattic. So hi, it's really nice to meet you. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Okay, so I founded Strattic a few years ago. It's static publishing for WordPress. But before that, I managed a WordPress development agency in Israel for like 12 years and built it up to be one of the leading ones in Israel and became increasingly active in the WordPress community. I organized 5 WordCamps in Israel.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was fun. And yeah, that's me and WordPress in short.
And how did it all start, your relationship with WordPress?
I realized I wanted to be like an independent contractor, not an employee. And so I thought, okay, I thought first I'll just provide actually content services like writing. And then I was like, but that goes with websites. Let me explore that. And I started to teach myself to build websites. And I was like, well, I need a content management system because I don't want to have to like edit everyone else's content for them, right? It's so annoying. So I started testing out the CMSs and I really fell in love with WordPress. And that was like before it was seen as a real WordPress, like a website content management system. Then it was just seen as a blogging platform. Yeah. But then version 3 came out and people started to look for it, including companies. And so I got in early and they started to come to me and worked with great companies over the years.
Okay, so if we look at WordPress and Israel, it seems like there are a lot of successful companies there. So what do you think is the secret there? Is there something in the air?
I know, it's funny. When I started out in WordPress, it was a very small community and in Israel, and most of the people there were doing it for personal reasons, like we're using WordPress for personal reasons. And then through the years, more and more people started setting up these companies. So you've got Elementor, obviously, which is doing amazingly well. And so WPML is not an Israeli company, but one of the founders is Israeli. And Freemius, Boba is based out of Israel. It's a really some people are doing really well there. I don't know why. Maybe it's the hummus and the falafel.
Makes sense because they're amazing.
Yeah.
So, of course, talking about successful companies, one of them is Strattic. Could you tell us a little bit more? What do you do? What's the company? How did that all start?
Okay, so I mentioned that I was in the agency, right? And we provided a maintenance service for our clients to keep their sites secure and updated and backed up and fast. And over the years, it became harder and harder to do that. Websites became heavier. More modern web technologies didn't work so well with the LAMP architecture. And it just became frustrating, more and more frustrating for not just for us in our agency, but for the industry in general. If you look in forums, everyone's talking about security and performance. Oh, my site was hacked. Oh, my site's slow. So I started exploring this world of static site generators. And I loved that concept where the output of the site is all pre-rendered and there's no underlying processing server, no database queries. So it's like the fastest it can be and you can't hack it. So it's like, oh, it's amazing. I'm so jealous, but WordPress is still an awesome platform like it. So I thought, why not bring these two worlds together? And then our users can continue to use WordPress as they're used to. They just click a button, they get a static website that looks and acts exactly the same. So I started to explore that and try to make that work. It wasn't so simple at all. But now we have a working platform. We're in beta and we have customers who are using it well and happily, and we're showing great results. The sites are anywhere from 2 to 20 times faster.
Wow.
Yeah. And you basically can't hack these sites. Even if the original WordPress site has vulnerabilities, they're not on the static site. So it's going well. We're now a team of 12. We have 2 remote people on our team, Australia and here actually in Berlin. And it's going well.
Oh, that sounds really incredible. So would you say a static website is for everyone? And when should people really consider going static?
Yeah, it's a good question because static gives you a lot of power, but it also limits you in terms of using some database-driven functionality. So, for example, we don't support WooCommerce. We do have it on our roadmap to support it, and there are other ways to do e-commerce on WordPress that are third-party headless types of e-commerce platforms, like BigCommerce. They have a booth here. But what we did so far is we rolled out support for the most common types of interactive, database-driven functionality. So that's search, forums, and comments. So those sites are fine with those. And then we have on our roadmap to roll out support for other ones. So at the moment we're in beta, and our users tell us, okay, we use this. If we're using WooCommerce, we say, sorry, we can't, support it now. But if a site is a standard content site, even a very big blog or news site, we have a very large media company on our platform, for example. If it has forms and search and just standard content, you can totally use Strattic, and then you don't have to have the headache of dealing with any servers and security and performance. So there's a lot. There's quite a large addressable market in our current state, and it will grow as we roll out more functionality.
So what would you say is the future of Strattic? What's something that you can share apart from WooCommerce in the future?
So we have we're going to be rolling out a very unique security solution that has to do with front-end security. So our users, their sites are secured from 99% of vulnerabilities that are related to the processing server of databases. But then there are front-end attacks. So even though it's a completely front-end run website, it can still be vulnerable in certain ways. So on our roadmap is something that we plan on rolling out that's very unique, that will then provide that last mile of security. So sites running on Strattic will be the most secure. And another exciting thing, aside from, also we make the sites faster in many ways. When users click our button, we optimize in many ways. Something I'm very excited about that's on our roadmap is accessibility. So the idea is that accessibility is hard to implement, but if you come onto Strattic, then when you click the Strattic publish button, it creates a static website that's also accessible. So I'm excited about us rolling that out. And we have all sorts of plans, but that's just some of them.
That's for the future, for some intrigue.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, we have one last question that we ask everyone. Maybe you noticed the logo of wpcrib is a duck. So what would you say does a duck sound like?
Quack, quack.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the interview. That's been Miriam, and thank you all for watching, of course, and make sure to visit wpcrib for more inspiring interviews. Thank you.